In a small village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake lived a young woman who loved her life. Her parents had given her a beautiful teacup when she was born. And every year on her birthday, they would refill it with sweetmeats and fruits, and she would share it with the birds outside her window. The teacup was a symbol of her joy, and so she took it everywhere she went. One day, as she was hanging out with some friends, she accidentally dropped the teacup. It fell to the ground and shattered into pieces. She felt as though a part of her had broken along with it. She couldn't stop crying. Her grandmother saw how upset she was and came over to comfort her. After listening to her granddaughter's sobs, the old woman picked up a piece of the broken teacup and said, "Do you see this, my child? This sharp edge, do you feel its point?" The girl looked at her grandmother and nodded, tears streaming down her face. "This is what you get for clinging too tightly to impermanent things," her grandmother said gently. Startled by her grandmother's words, the girl looked up at her and asked, "What do you mean?" Her grandmother sat her down on a nearby rock and said, "This teacup was given to you as a symbol of love by your parents. And you, in turn, have shared its sweetness with the birds, haven't you? That, too, is an expression of love. You have loved this teacup, and in return, it has brought you happiness for many years. But now it's broken. Can you still love it?" The girl looked down at the broken pieces of the teacup in her hands and whispered, "But I don't want it to be broken." Her grandmother smiled and said, "That's because you are still attached to it. But just as the teacup cannot remain whole forever, nothing in life can. Everything changes. Everything eventually breaks. Even our bodies will break one day. This, too, is a law of nature. Nothing is permanent. Everything is impermanent." She took her granddaughter's hand and continued, "When you truly understand this, my child, then you will realize that you can find beauty in every moment, but not in any particular thing. Because once you start looking for happiness in certain things, then when those things are taken away, you become unhappy. But if you look for happiness within yourself, then nothing can ever take it away from you, not even death." The girl thought about her grandmother's words. As she looked around her, she realized that everything was indeed impermanent. The flowers would bloom and then wither. The seasons would change. One day she would grow old and her body would break, just like the teacup. She realized that a new flower would bloom where the old one had withered, showing how each season brings fresh beauty, and how one day she would become an old woman and then a part of the earth again. She realized that there was beauty in impermanence. From that day on, she never clung to anything too tightly, knowing that there was beauty in every moment. And every passing moment was a reminder for her to be grateful for the gift of life.